Hey everybody, I'm Chris. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you are, thank you so much for coming back to my corner of the internet. Today we're going to be creating another look using the Jeffree Cosmetics Psychedelic Circus eyeshadow palette. Maybe one or two of the liquid shadows as well, I haven't decided yet. I think I want to do something sort of pinky this time, maybe a little bit of purple. As always, I'm not 100% sure, but if you'd like to see what I end up creating, stay exactly where you are because we're getting into it right now. So I definitely know that I want to do something cut creasy, sort of like my last look using the Midas Cosmetics Lure and Trove palettes, but not quite as excessive, not so many cuts, because 3 cut creases were a little much, and I don't have 8 hours to create an eye look today. We're gonna go visit the grandbaby later, we being Mark and I, and she loves pink. Pink is her favorite. That's why I want to go in with some pinks and purples, just to make it very flattering for something she would like. Which actually, now that I think about it, I also used pinks and purples for the previous look using the Lure palette, hence why I've still got some pink aftermath left from the previous look. Starting out with primed eyes, I used the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base in the shade Fair. If you use code ChristopherJMUA on GerardCosmetics.com, you can save 30% on your entire purchase, unless it's mystery boxes, because those are already hella discounted. For shadow, let's use the Star Liquid Shadow in the shade Pink Tablet. We're just gonna do a little boop boop in the crease. That's probably too much because this stuff goes a long way. And good news, we already know from using the, the green and the orange in the first look, which I'll leave linked up here if you want to see that look as well. We know that these dry down to like a powdery finish and they blend like a powdery finish and they're beautiful, so I know it's gonna be successful with the pink. While we're at it, I'm gonna pull it out into my wing shape. Okay, with the green, 1 drop was like an insane amount and it was like way too much. But with this pink, I don't think it quite pools the same way. It doesn't drag out quite as excessively, so I might need a little bit more. It is spreading still, just not as much as the green did. That green was crazy. Ooh, but look at that blend already. Look at how soft it is already. I'm just gonna grab some on the brush this time. Try to keep it a little softer maybe. Actually, even that is probably too much. Come on, focus. Yes, that is probably too much. But I bet it'll be a lot easier to, oh yeah, that's gonna go a long way. I'm gonna go ahead and just take the rest of that to this side. Ooh, yep, it's gonna be too much. Okay, maybe this will be a good start. A whole lot of pigment, and I wanna try to really get it blended before it has the chance to dry way too much. This is such a cute pink, like baby doll Barbie pink. Ooh, we're getting dry. Let's move. Come on, please blend still. Yes. Oh, thank goodness. Those 3 dots went really far on this side. I shouldn't have waited so long to blend it out on this side though. I'm just gonna take 1 more tiny little dot since it is so crazy pigmented and see if that's enough for the left side as well. I think it might be, maybe. It's so vivid over here. Oh, that was almost perfect. Not quite. It's still not as vivid on this side as it is on this side, but it was really, really close. That's just so crazy to me that 1 dot of liquid shadow can give you that much payoff. So now we have our second dot. I've got to really keep in mind too that this is mixing with the eyeshadow base underneath it, which is like a nude shade. But that being said, the nude shade has white in it, so that's gonna make the pink a little less intense, more of a milky color instead. So it's not like it's crazy to know that I need to build it up, you know? Now I'm just gonna run a clean fluffy brush over these edges and see if I can't maybe get that pink a little bit higher, but sort of smoke it out as it goes up, so it's not so intense all the way at the top of the brow bone. Now I want some light pink, so I'm gonna use a Candy Flip as the inner corner highlight color. Pack. Oh yeah, those are gonna work really well together. When I was looking at them side by side before I actually put the shadow on the eye, I was afraid that they were gonna be like the same color essentially, but they're not. Good news. Oh yes, she's a pretty pink. You know, every time I use this palette, I really try to avoid previous shades that I've used. And I was gonna do the same thing today, but after thinking about it, I finally was just like, no. I'm just gonna create a look that I wanna create. Which I don't really have the look itself in mind, but the color story I do. I just want it to be pink and a little bit of purple. and maybe some red, probably some red. That is so cool. This is like, these two shades are literally perfect together. One is just a lighter version of the other, so you can use them perfectly for highlight and shadow. I mean, it's pink shadow, but it's still a shadow. While I'm at it, I guess I'm also gonna take a little bit over the top of the liquid shadow closer to the brow bone. Since it is a barely lighter shade than that pink, why not? I mean, it kind of just helps emphasize that transition from the dark to the light to the nude tone. I just decided no red, only pink and purple. So for the next shade, it's gonna be Clownery. I feel like I used a lot of these shades in my first look, but honestly that was so long ago now, it feels like I don't even remember. But Clownery is going to be the beginning definition of the inner crease. So I'm going to take it on the lowest point of the crease where I would normally cut it, but a little bit higher. That's such a pretty purple. Making sure I take it pretty high because I want it to really still be visible once I make the cut. Wow, that looks kind of halo-y. We could do a halo. Maybe I'm gonna do a halo. No, because I want to do two purples. Oh, I could still do two purples though. Oh, I don't know. Maybe, oh, I'm really feeling like I should do a halo now. I mean, I'm kind of on track for that to be the thing anyway. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I do. Or I guess this time it would be more spotlighty since I connected the pink in the center. You know, I wasn't really thinking about that beforehand. Although I guess I could cut it still. I'm just voicing all of the ideas. We get to deepen the most now. Using the darkest purple, Transcendence, I'm gonna do the same thing as I did with Clownery in the inner and outer corners, but just slightly underneath Clownery, so closer to the crease than the previous two shades. So right here, and then right here. Ooh, I love a blue-based purple. That's so pretty. I think this is enough Transcendence, and I'm loving this blue-based purple to the red-based purple to the pink. Just that stack is so pretty. But now let's move on. I know for sure I'm done with the mattes, but before I go in with any shimmer, let me clean up these edges so I can sort of see how things are coming together like I do, and I'll be right back. And now that that section is completely cut out, it's time for some shimmer, and I'm gonna use Trippin' Balls. With this being a blue-based purple, it should go right with everything else perfectly. Oh, that's actually a little more red-based than I thought it was, but it still pairs with everything nicely. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this all over the area that I cut out with the eyeshadow base. Sorry, it is really hard to speak and put eyeshadow on in a pattern or a specific place. But the other shades that I'm gonna be adding to this, I figure I'm just gonna put them right on top of this shade. I mean, why not, you know? That purple is gorgeous. Like, it's blue, but it's purple at the same time, but also maybe it's kind of pink. It's the best of all three worlds instead. I'm gonna take it all the way up here. That way it's actually still visible when I relax my forehead, and that's the only thing you can see is a little bit of shimmer up there. I'm okay with that, I don't mind. And I'm just sort of gonna give it this upside down triangle vibe. Honestly, I'm just trying to get it done. I'm not really paying too much attention to detail. That's why it's kind of messy. But I will say, being more messy with it like this, it does make it a lot easier because I just don't have to, you know, spend 15 hours trying to make one edge match the other edge and this side match this side and this be correct, or you know, blah, blah, blah. And I cannot forget to go back in with Transcendence just on the outer and inner edges. I did kind of make it really messy on the inner corner whenever I was using Transcendence earlier. So I kind of covered it up with Tripping Balls just so I could sort of fix it with a mess. I feel like if you've done eyeshadow for a while, you know exactly what that means. Hold on, I need a Totino's break. I'm done eating pizza now, so we can move on with the eyeshadow look. You guys, I love me some Totino's pizzas. The combination flavor, not the pepperoni or the triple cheese. I feel like they're terrible for me, and I'm pretty sure that's why I have such a big gut now, but man, they're yummy. So what I wanna do next is take this liquid star shadow in the shade Diva Galaxy. It's really like hot, bright pink, because I wanna bring some of the pink back in. I feel like we've gone very blue, very purpley. So I'm gonna take some on the back of my hand and use this teeny tiny concealer brush. I wanna make sure I coat it really well because it did have a bunch of concealer on it, or eyeshadow base on it. Yeah, she is coated. And I'm gonna start taking this specifically down this part of the look because that's like the part that's gonna show, you know? But all the way down. And as I go down, I'm also gonna start spreading it a little bit, sort of following this upside down triangle vibe. Just like that. Ooh, she's so fun. And it definitely brought the pink back. With it being wet, it looks kind of funny right now. But of course, as it dries, it'll lose some of that shine and just be metallic pink goodness. Then very quickly, while this still has a little bit of tack to it, I'm gonna go back in with the brush that had the dark purple shade on it. I forgot the name. Oh no, Tripping Balls, that was the shade name. And just go right over the edge. That way any lines that were just a little bit too harsh are now blended away. Now I know the uppermost point where this line goes up is really sharp, like not blended at all, but I'm really not worried about that too much. I know it looks super funny if I turn, because then you see this like hot pink cast on my eye. But my next step is gonna be covering this whole center section with the Extreme Frost highlighter in the shade Lick My Glit. It's got a really bright pinky reflect, so that should cover any variation or differentiation between the dark and light tones on the eye. Should. I mean, I don't really know for sure. I think that's pretty dry at this point, so now let's try to take some Lick My Glit on a flat brush. This is a really chunky highlighter, so I doubt it's gonna pick up with this flat brush, but we're gonna see. Yeah, no, I'm picking up some glitter, but that's about it. You can't even see it. Oh, no, you can, a tiny little bit. So what I'm gonna do instead is push the product with the end of the bristles of the flat brush to where they start breaking up on top, then pick it up with the flat brush. And to stop it from going everywhere, I'm gonna spray the brush with a little bit of setting spray, not a whole lot. It's just to catch any of the fallout that might end up everywhere. And now, starting at the top, because I want that to be really bright, I'm just gonna press this in all the way down. Wider at the lid. Really, I'm just following that whole upside down triangle all over again. Ooh, she is bright and beautiful. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna take some with my pinky and just add some more. Ooh, keep going up. Yes. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, see what I mean by flaky? Can you see? Never mind, they're gone now. That was really easy to get rid of. But you see what I mean by not caring about the darkness that the pink left? Because you can't see that at all anymore until I do that. That's where you can still see it, just barely at the top. But it's not like that anymore. I am gonna try and just blend this to where it goes with the flow of my eye shape. So it'll kind of follow this up and out vibe. And there we go. Perfection. Chef's kiss. Then just to finesse the uppermost portion a little bit more, I'm gonna take the fluffy blending brush I used with the shade in the inner corner and blend it right on top of that glittery shade so it just melts in with the pink a little better. Same thing with the lighter purple, then the dark purple. Okay. That is essentially done. So now I'm gonna pop off camera, finish all my face makeup, and we'll come back with the final look. Look number 4 using the Psychedelic Circus collection is officially complete. We went all pink and purple. Thought I'd go with a light pink lip to kind of pair with it. It's a little bright, a little light, but I don't care, it's done. What do you guys think? I know you already know what I think. I love it. I'm glad it came together in the end because I'll admit I was a little worried for a second there when things were kind of getting really, really messy, but we reined it all back in with a handy dandy makeup wipe and it came together. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't really know how many more looks I can create out of this collection. Probably still more, but it's getting more and more difficult. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments. I will try if it comes down to it. Worst case, I can just use one shade I haven't used all over the lid and throw a shimmer on top and we can call it good. Anyway guys, that is enough from me for this video. If you enjoyed hanging out with me to create this look using Psychedelic Circus, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up just to let me know that you did. If you need a boost in your everyday life, don't forget my fragrance Resurgence is available. It is linked in the description down below. And if you order the fragrance, you also get 2 mini fragrances along with it that pair really well. One's a little more spicy, one's a little more fruity, so you can find the mood that fits you for the day. If you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!